Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pop Art Hunter channel. Today we have an un-USPS priority mail flat rate enveloping. That's a little long. I don't know if we should call that an unenveloping of sorts. This is a book that I received from the author directly, and I think that they maybe even autographed it for me. But this is animation related, so let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. We'll just rip this guy open and take it right out. Oh, look at this. So it's a paperback book. It almost seems like a catalog of sorts. And this is from Steve Spain, who has a collection of Disney art from the golden age of films. And so he went ahead and created this book about his collection and sort of the animation process and the history behind these pieces. And I even got, from the author directly, he even wrote in here, to Josh, best wishes, Steve Spain. And so here is, we're just going to kind of actually thumb through some of this. As always, I don't like to go through every page of a book because I want you to purchase the book. And especially, I want you to purchase this book because it's done by a fellow collector who I feel like is giving back by putting down the information and knowledge that he has about this collection and process of animation. And he's doing that probably for, not a lot of valor or money, when you're producing these things yourself, this isn't like it's on the New York Times bestseller list or something and he's going to be a multimillionaire. This is something that he's doing, I think, in a lot of ways out of the goodness of his own heart, and to share this collection with the world. So please buy this book. Don't look at this video and think, oh, well, now I don't have to buy it. But I will mention one thing. I did watch a video. Steve had a gallery exhibit. I don't know if it was in his local hometown or somewhere close to it, but I remember seeing as part of the video he was talking about this particular animation piece. I believe this is from Cinderella. And the thing that he noticed about it was these doorknobs here. And he was curious of whether or not they actually animated the doorknobs in the film, and so went back to the theater and actually had to go up to the theater twice because they didn't have DVD, VHS, Blu-ray copies of these things at the time, and so it was re-released. He was able to actually see that they actually did the detail of turning that knob. So those are the types of things that I think are really neat, and that you're not going to get those stories just by looking at the piece. You need to know more about the collector. In here we have information. I'm trying to read this at the same time. These are all from his collection specifically. And they have, not only the pieces, but some of the close-ups of inscriptions and things like that. The fact that he was able to get such quality pieces is just amazing. He was able to preserve these and care for them so well. So we got some things from Cinderella. And here he goes through the animation process itself, even a little flow chart, storyboard, a color artist, and then it'll go to these various areas. It goes to ink and paint or watercoloring, and then they assemble it and photograph it. So again, I'm going to skip through and not go to every page. We cover storyboarding, color styles, ink and outline. And so each part of this process he sort of describes to give an idea of what exactly is done during that process. So then there's the painting, and then they talk about backgrounds. This is a really cool piece as well. Look at this, Goofy, and is that Ferdinand? Is that name sounding familiar? The bull? I don't know if that's from this cartoon or I'm making something up, but that long pan piece is pretty cool. And to get an original background, especially one that's a pan background, is pretty cool, pretty neat. Yeah, he just goes through every part of that process. And then by movie, so Pinocchio, Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Mr. Duck Steps Out. I'm assuming that's maybe Donald Duck? Possibly? Yeah, Donald Duck. The Book That Never Was. What was the Walt Disney series discusses the art of animation by Walt Disney? The only problem is the book was a prop for the TV show. Oh, I did not know that. So see, these little facts and tidbits. So Walt Disney's holding this book called The Art of Animation, which apparently was just a prop and was never actually created. So that's kind of interesting. So, I just opened this, so I have not read it. but this is definitely one that I'm going to be reading and trying to learn more about the animation process, because I'm not an expert. I don't think there really are 100% experts. Even if you are an expert in a particular area of animation, it might be a particular genre, it may be a particular studio, it may be a particular artist, but to be all-encompassing, knowledgeable about everything, I think we can all know just a little bit about a lot, and then a lot of it about a little bit, perhaps. And so this is Steve Spain's a lot about the collection that he has, and then went a step further and sort of went through and gave us a little bit more about the animation process as well. So super cool. I want you to buy this book. Go out and buy. I recommend books, and I say if you like this or you like the look of it, go ahead and buy it for your collection. Just buy this book if you like the animation process, because I think it's really cool to support not only a fellow collector, but a now turned author in his own right. So pretty cool stuff. I think it's really neat when we can pass along information about the things that we collect or the history of certain things that we like. And so this particular collector turned author decided, I'm going to take my collection and my love for it and turn it into a book that will pass down all this information, data, and facts about the collection that he has. And I think that's going to be really important as these pieces eventually probably will go out into different parts of the land. I mean, it's going to go to maybe multiple collectors in different places, and to be able to have this history behind those pieces, I think is pretty neat. So I think it's awesome that this guy took the time to write such a book. I'm not sure that he's an author beyond this, and so it was probably an endeavor that was a little bit of a labor of love, but also I think partly we're responsible as collectors to make sure that we don't lose the history and the essence of why we collect and what we collect. And so anyway, I think this is pretty cool. Thanks for watching the Pop Art Hunter channel. Hopefully you like this unenveloping book looking. We hope you like, subscribe, comment, and all those sorts of things, and we will see you next time.